Rohan had always been a fighter, but not in the way most people imagined. His battles were silent, waged within his mind against self-doubt, failures, and the scars of his past. He grew up in a small town where weakness was ridiculed, where vulnerability was seen as a flaw. So, he learned to hide his struggles behind a mask of strength. He worked tirelessly, climbing the corporate ladder, never showing exhaustion, never admitting he was overwhelmed. To the world, he was a pillar of strength. But deep inside, he knew the truth. He was exhausted, afraid, and uncertain. One evening, after a long, grueling day, Rohan found himself at an old bookstore, searching for something. He didn't know what. His eyes landed on an ancient book with golden letters. The Path of True Strength. Curious, he flipped through its fragile pages and found a passage that struck him like lightning. You are strong when you know your weakness. True power is not in hiding your flaws, but in understanding and embracing them. Those words stayed with him. That night, he sat alone, reflecting on his life. He had always seen weakness as something to be ashamed of, something to conceal. But what if strength wasn't about pretending to be invincible? What if it was about confronting his fears, accepting his flaws, and working through them? For the first time in years, he let his guard down. He admitted to himself that he was struggling, that he needed help. He reached out to an old friend, one he had pushed away in his pursuit of strength. To his surprise, his friend didn't judge him. Instead, he listened, understanding. As the days passed, Rohan started embracing his vulnerabilities. He spoke openly about his struggles, and in doing so, he inspired others. He realized that true strength wasn't about being unbreakable. It was about knowing where you are fragile and choosing to rise despite it. His life changed, not because his struggles disappeared, but because he no longer feared them. He had finally discovered the greatest strength of all, the power of self-awareness and acceptance.